Most people will ignore this message, but the ones that don't will truly transform their lives. So what am I talking about right now? What I'm talking about is that there are dreamers and there's doers. There's two type of people in this world. There's dreamers and there's doers. There's those people who hit that snooze button and go back to sleep when they know that they set their intentions to get up early and to go work out or to do whatever it is in the morning that you need to do. But then there are people like you, people who are doers, people who will sit and watch the end of videos that are going to give them inspirational dimes to help them move forward in their life. But not only that, people who set goals, set intentions, and see it through until the end. So, why do most people fail? Again, it's because their lack of dedication. It's because their lack of inspiration. It's because their lack of an executed plan. But then there are those people who are doers, and don't get me wrong, I believe that doers, they're not always motivated. Those people who are considered themselves doers, they want to do things, but more importantly, they do it anyway because they're not motivated. They do things because they're intentional, but more importantly, they do it because they have to. Because if you set yourself a goal and intention and you know that you want it and you know you have to get it done, then what's the excuse? There is no excuse. The reality is that most people will sit down and be comfortable with scrolling on their phones, not doing the necessary things to move their life forward, even when it's in shambles, even when the world is crushing around them. But if you want to be intentional about your life, I want you to continue to watch this video because I'm going to give you dimes and shareable action steps that you can do in order to move yourself forward. So the first thing that I want to tell you is this, is that, and I tell you, I said in almost all my different videos, is that you have to write your plan down. Anything in the world that's stood the test of times, like buildings, pyramids in Egypt, just businesses, they all have plans. You cannot live your life just on a guided whim or a guided thought. You have to write the plan down and make it clear. There's plenty of Bible scriptures that'll tell you that. But if you continue to just try to live your life outside of just not writing your goals down and not really setting clear intentions, you're going to be like a ship without an actual navigator, a ship without an admiral. Your life needs to be planned. Every single day needs to be planned. I mean, and I would even go as far as to say every single hour of your day needs to be planned because there's so many distractions from the world. Our phones are full of distractions. Our phones are a distraction. Yes, it is a useful tool, but if you don't plan it right or set it up correctly, then it can be distraction. So here's one way that you can use your phone as an actual tool instead of having it as a distraction. So for me, when it comes to notifications from social media or notifications from just pretty much anything, one, I try to keep my phone on silent, right? I try to. Now, my computer's not on silent, so you might hear some of those different things that pop up. But when I'm working and I'm in deep work, cut your phone notifications off. If you do that, then you'll limit your distractions. But if you don't, every single time it dings, pings, and pops, you're going to look at it and it's going to take off your focus. So it's important to really understand that focus is really about being laser locked in and not having outside things to take you away. Some people sit down for work and they say they're focused. They'll say they get this thing done, but here goes your phone, ding, TikTok, ding, somebody likes your thing, ding. Stop doing that. So limit your actual notifications on your phone. But then another thing that you can do to really make this useful is to write down your notes. Take your notes. There's plenty of free apps in here where, even Apple alone has an app where you can go in and write down your intentions for the world. Write down your intentions for the day. Write down your intentions for the month if you need to, because this is where it starts. You have to start somewhere. So I'm urging you today, and I'm going to give you plenty more, but I'm urging you today to take out your notes, write down like the hours by the day, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all the way down into your bedtime. What are your intentions for the day? Because then you can actually have a listed out plan for what you need to do. Okay, I think I beat that over the head good enough. Now, the next thing is that you need to commit to at least one of those actionable steps. Now, you may not be able to get a lot of those done, but you need to commit to one of those things of being like, I'm absolutely going to do this. I don't care. Come hell or high water, this has to get done today. And I don't care if you got laundry going. I don't care if you got a movie playing. I don't care if you got kids running around. You have to dedicate to getting that one major component thing done. If you do this every single day, you will start to see that you building your consistency and your discipline because you won't have to be motivated to do it. If you build your consistency, the motivation doesn't have to be there for you to get it done. I'm gonna say this again for those people in the back or for those people that's hard to hear. Let me get closer. If you build your consistency, you won't need motivation to get it done. So I hope I understood that. Now, I hope you understood that. So now, the next thing is that you have to track your progress. So a lot of us who, want to be further in life, a lot of times we don't look back and see how far we came. Looking back and seeing how far you came will help you to identify how far you've gone on your journey, how much progress you've made. And a lot of times I'll say that myself, like I've done a lot of different things in my life, from colleges, masters, to build, being a great sailor, to getting a lot of different awards, but it didn't help. It didn't hit me until I went upstairs. I looked down in my paperwork because I was looking for something else. And I looked at all of my different awards, like my Navy Achievement Medals, some of the different things that I built and really gained over the years. And I had to look back and was like, man, I beat myself up a lot of times because I feel like I've never really been, as great as I possibly could be. But those rewards showed me and it took me back like, man, I was dedicated. Man, I did a lot of different things in my life because I was so focused on achieving certain things. But here's the thing about life is that life will present you awards that you necessarily weren't even looking for. Have you ever focused on one goal and then 4 or 5 other goals came and you was like, oh, dang, I didn't even know that came with this. So think about your life and really look back at the progress that you've made, because it'll show you that you're doing a lot more than you possibly thought you ever could, right? So the big thing of what I try to tell people and what I've been doing and what I've, been saying on this overall camera for years is that it really starts with a mindset shift. And it's really about breaking down the difference between people who are doers and people who are just dreamers. The first half of my life, man, I was a dreamer. I really didn't have the execution or that dog inside of me or that person that I needed to bring out. Like, I knew I had that in me, but I was so comfortable with just playing video games. I was so comfortable with just being normal or being average. I was so comfortable with not having anything. But it wasn't until I started to get up and start moving and start to work towards my plan that life became much more enjoyable. Now, I'm not saying when I was younger or when I was in my mid-teens or whatever, it wasn't enjoyable. Of course it was. It was a lot less responsibility. But I also noticed is that when I wasn't a doer, I wasn't really accomplishing much. I wasn't doing much. I played football, I had friends, but it needed to go deeper. I needed to have that sense of purpose. That sense of purpose of being a doer and whatever your life achievements are, whatever your life goals are, is important. It's important. It's highly important. So understand, if you have friends and you see that they are high achievers, ask them, man, yo, I see what you've been doing, man. How can I do that same thing? And a lot of times I'll even tell you, it's got to be in you. If it ain't in you, it's going to be hard for you to break those different habits of being comfortable and lazy. But if you start to bring that new person out of you, you will become somebody new. And you will start to achieve massive results and things that you never possibly thought that you could have. But you have to become a doer. You have to get away from those people who just dream, don't execute, don't plan, and don't work towards the thing that they ultimately say that they want. If you can do that, life will be much more purposeful. I can't even talk right now, it's early. It'll be much more purposeful, and you will start to achieve things that you never imagined that you would achieve. you will start to have things come to you that you just like, yo, I appreciate it. I love this. And things are just so much more enjoyable now. So, man, there's a lot to talk about here when it comes to people who are dreamers and people who are doers. But the main thing it comes down to, again, and I'm going to say it, is just shifting your mindset to become a new person. The old things have gone away. The old things have gone away. You have to become the new person. You have to become a person that is driven. Somebody that gets up when they're tired. Somebody who gets up when they just don't want to do anything. Like right now is Monday morning. It's the holiday. I've been traveling all week. I was in Ohio for a funeral. You know, it was a great time. Hung out with my uncle, hung out with my brothers, hung out with cousins, hung out with just pretty much a lot of different people, right? And I got up early Sunday morning to go catch a flight. Really didn't get any sleep because I was hanging out with my brother and my uncle. But then I realized is that today is a new day. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if I didn't get enough sleep. I don't care what's going on because I have a plan and I have to execute that plan in order for me to really live the life that I want to live, in order for me to get this message out for other people who are just dreamers. I'm not dreaming. I could have sat down, I could have slept, I could have did whatever I had to do, but I'm up, I'm filming, and I'm getting ready to go work out, as you can see from the workout attire. But more importantly, what happened is that my mind is different. My thoughts are different. My actions have now become different because of the thoughts that I take in. So not even look at, this is the thing that I'll leave you with, and I really hope you understand this. You have to bring awareness to what you think about. You have to bring awareness to what you believe. You have to bring awareness to what you are doing. If you're not aware of what you are doing, then you're going to consistently do the same thing that you did yesterday. You're going to consistently sit down. You're going to consistently scroll on social media. You're going to consistently not act on your plan. You're not going to execute. Get up. Be aware of the thoughts that you are thinking to yourself because they ultimately control your actions. If you want to control your actions and what you do throughout the day, control your thoughts and have awareness of your thoughts. Plan, execute, but more importantly, just do the work, okay? So I want y'all to actually hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then continue to watch these videos because, one, I'm putting them out almost every single day. Took a little break because I was just traveling. But outside of that, man, I want y'all to write the plan. Make it clear, make it bold, make it so, just make it so your plan and your dream for your life. And I said this was the last thing, but this is the last thing. Make your goals so big that they are ultimately scary and you just don't know how you're going to get there. Because one thing I know is that God will show you and God will work out every thought and dream and imagination that you have. But you have to plan, you have to be deserving, you have to do it. You have to do it broke, you have to be tired, you have to do it scared, you have to do it when you don't know the steps. But more importantly, you have to do it when nobody is supporting you. You have to do it when just do it, man. Just do it, all right? So that's the last thing I'm going to say. Stand by tomorrow for another video. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, share, do whatever it is that YouTube allows you to do on these videos. And I'll see y'all again, all right?